The Rosecrans. The Rosecrans rapping.
Pushing in my mama van. Stop for gas on Rosecrans.
Smashing down Rosecrans.
Rosecrans
Radio.
Won't you spend the weekend on Rosecrans? I'm on Rosecrans.
Rosecrans Radio. We got our special guest, UTK in the building.
Leimert Park.
Leimert Park in the building.
That's right.
We got a real dope show for you guys today. And we're going to be playing a bunch of tracks, a bunch of UTK, asking some questions. Rosecrans Radio, Vic Stunts. Rosecrans Radio, Vic Stunts, UTK.
UTK, Nick.
So,
I cursed already. My bad.
It's all good.
My bad.
Let us know, how you got your start in the game and why you decided to pursue music.
Man, honestly, I love music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really say how I got a start in the game because I've been doing it a very, very long time. I just really kind of reinvented myself, basically. You know what I'm saying? I decided to reinvent myself. I went by a different alias. It was 16 bars. I went by that for like 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? And then one day I was like, man, I need to reinvent myself and just do something new, fresh and new. You know what I'm saying? And so that's pretty much where I came up with the whole UTK. It's Universe the King. It's an acronym, if you don't know what an acronym is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I love music. You know what I'm saying? I do music production. I engineer. I write. I rap. I do everything. And it's just like I'm versed in all of these different avenues of music because I love it so much. So you've already worked, from my extensive lurking, I've seen that that you've already worked with some of, the biggest names in music. Tell us about your experiences with them. Man, every experience is realistically different, dude. Like I swear, because I like to say I'm a fandangoer. And like,
okay.
I usually like fandango my way into like different situations and stuff. You see, I caught that one. Different situations, because I mean, I feel like every opportunity is potentially a great opportunity,
Yeah.
And it's like the only person that's going to stop me from doing something is me. You know what I'm saying? It'll be my negative energy that I'm bringing to myself, like, oh, this can't happen or whatnot, and a lot of times you can just walk up to a person and like, hey, handshake, what's going on? And they'll totally respect that if you treat them as like it's a person, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, every experience was just realistically like, what's up, man? What's up, fool? What you doing? We hanging out. You smoking weed? You drinking? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was always love and it was always respect. It was never a business thing. You know what I mean? A lot of people get paired up.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this guy over here and oh yeah, that guy over there. Like, no, like it was literally like, hey, yo, what's up, man? Let's do some stuff. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
How was it working with Dre?
Well, my experience with Dre was pretty dope. I had the opportunity to have basically a studio sit-in with him, and it was cool. This was I don't know, this was a second ago, and he definitely played some tracks from Detox in the studio, and it was very, very dope. And one of the tracks that he actually played, because Detox didn't come out, it was like it was a Jay-Z track, and they used it for like a commercial.
Oh, okay.
It was like a Pepsi commercial. Remember Dre? He did like a Pepsi commercial,
yeah.
And it was a crazy beat in the background. It was Jay-Z ended up rapping on that. He actually played me that beat.
Oh wow.
And I was like, dang, that's crazy. He told us about all kind of other stuff, man, and it was just a great experience. You know what I'm saying? Just being in the presence of the person that is part of the reason why I do music. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to think about, like, really think about that. Like, you sitting here talking to the guy that really inspired you to really do this, and it's just like, oh man, that's a blessing.
That's crazy. What about with Ab-Soul?
Ab-Soul, that's my boy, man. Shout out Ab-Soul. Ab-Soul is literally hands down the realest dude that I know in the industry, for sure. Like, for sure. So Ab, you listening, my boy? Shout out to you, man. He on tour. He actually on tour right now. These Days tour. If he in your city, go see that boy, because that dude be killing that shit, man. I mean, stuff You see, I caught it again. Nah, man, it was cool working with Ab-Soul. It was literally like, man, we met. He, like 2 months before his album dropped. You know what I'm saying? He played me his whole album. We was chilling, you know, smoking weed and doing stoner stuff. And he was like, yo, man, you want to hear my album? And I was like, yeah. You know, like, play it now. You know, have to ask, you know? And he played the album, and he was like, yeah, man, I want to hear some of your stuff, too. I was like, cool. Popped it and hooked it up to the little beats thing.
Yeah.
Rocked out to the album. He was like, yo, we like on the same thing. Yo, we got to do some stuff, man. And this was when we were in New York chilling. And on my flight, on my way back to L.A., this idea popped in my head, and I had a beat. Literally, I made that like 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I've been sitting on it. I was sitting on it, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do with this beat. What should I do with it? And when I heard Ab's whole project, I was like, I got a perfect idea. So on the way back, I wrote a verse and a hook and all that stuff on the plane. And then when he got to L.A., he hit me like, bro, I set up the session, man. What's up? You coming through? I'm like, I'm on the way. I got there, got in the studio. He was like, you ready? I said, dude, I was ready before I even got here. Hopped in, knocked out the verse. Everybody's faces was turned upside down. Ab-Soul was already coming up with his stuff. Because mind you, he was so dope, he didn't even hear the track. He didn't even say, yo, send me the track.
Wow.
He didn't hear the track. He didn't hear my verse. He didn't hear nothing until I got in the booth to record it. And by the time I got out the booth, he was already halfway done because he don't write nothing down.
Oh, okay.
He was just memorizing in his head, and he just pacing back and forth. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's dope.
I'm like, that's crazy. But no, it was definitely a cool thing working with Ab-Soul. Shout out to Ab-Soul.
Okay. That's dope. I also hear that you're a really good friend of Daylight.
Daylight.
Tell us about.
Shout out Daylight, man. He's a crazy dude, man. You can just type in Daylight, and then that'll pretty much explain who Daylight is, because he's full of the shenanigans, he's full of the antics, but you can't deny that man bars. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Daylight.
That's crazy.
Started from the bottom, I'm gonna end up on the top.
Rosecrans Radio. Rosecrans Radio.
Yeah.
UTK. Vic Stunts.
It's not UTK, it's DMX. The dog.
So, UTK, as you know, we played that Fergie with YG, and then, you know, we played Talk to Him. Yeah. You were telling us a story about Talk to Him. You elaborated more on, you know, how that came about, and then, you know, you were saying, you know, you got plans of a Talk to Him 2. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, basically how Talk to Him came about, you know, like I said, I linked up with Ab-Soul. He blessed me, you know what I'm saying, with the verse and everything. Then after that, you know, I linked up with my boy Loaded Lux, you know what I'm saying, because he's killing it. You know, I don't know if you guys saw the Hip Hop Award Cypher. He definitely shut it down.
It was dope.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, hey, I got a crazy idea, man. He like, what's up? I'm like, you trying to hop on this track? He was like, for sure. And he was like, send it. I sent it to him. He was like, give me a week. Send me the verse back in a week, because, you know, he's from NY or whatever. This when I was in Cali, and then there it goes right there, man. And it's just like with that song, it made like such an impact, you know what I'm saying? And I was
Definitely.
just like, it's crazy, you know, like I want to see this more, you know. I want to do a Talk to Him 2 and a Talk to Him 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Like, you never know. Like, I do have a Talk to Him Part 2 in the works, you know what I'm saying? I do want to have larger names on Talk to Him. Like, I'm talking like I want to have like Elton John, you know what I'm saying? I want to get like, you know, big names.
Chingy.
I don't know about Chingy. You know, he might be doing some other stuff right now, but, you know, definitely like a Bobby Brown, like that type of thing. You know,
Bobby Brown. Okay.
Yeah. like those type of names. You know, take the song in a whole nother direction.
Definitely. So, I was watching your videos, and
watch my videos, youtube.com/UniverseTheKing.
I can say I was thoroughly entertained. That was some of the craziest concepts, mini movies. It was just crazy. Like, how do you come up with that?
Man, honestly, realistically, when I make a song, I'm already thinking of like a visual, because I understand like visuals are important for replay value. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the way that the industry, well, not the industry, the way that the listener is now, their attention span is actually a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Like, you get statistically, if you can look it up right now, and it's like double the amount of people are have ADD now. You know, and they just won't stay in tune with nothing. They won't listen to something again. So you have to give them a reason. And like, not only a cool video will make them watch it again, but it's like, oh, the cool video, oh, the song is cool, oh, and there's a meaning behind it, oh, I missed this part, oh, you know what I mean? Like, if you keep giving them reasons to like discover new things about your music and about your visuals, then that's a winning formula. If you ask me.
Yeah. So you seem to have a connection with certain battle rappers, Daylight, Loaded Lux.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever battled them?
Nope. Never battled them, nothing serious.
Yeah.
Me and Daylight joked around on the Total Slaughter stage. That was pretty sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we did like a little
that was
battle
the special,
the battle,
right? Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. Y'all can go on my Instagram and look at the pictures from that Instagram. It's at Universe the King. Spell it all the way out. That type of thing.
Yeah, that's dope. Another thing I wanted to ask you, so when Dom Kennedy began to rise to popularity, did you feel a little of that black boy fly syndrome, or tell us about that? Being for Leimert Park.
I would say this. Before I actually listened to Dom Kennedy's music, I was like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. But then after a while, I was like, dude, he's on. So it has to be something in this. So you know what I'm saying? I actually sat down with all of his music, like literally took one day, sat down with all his music. I watched every single, you can go right now on YouTube. I subscribed to his page. Yeah. I watched every single music video, and I was just sat there to myself, and I was like, wow, I actually understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not gonna have any like backlash or like ill feelings toward the guy, just because I'm from Leimert Park and he's from Leimert Park. Like, a lot of people will ask, like, hey, are you guys gonna do a song, or do you know him, or da 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 da? Like, no, I don't know him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like saying, do I know? I don't know anybody from Los Angeles. Like, just because we're from the same neighborhood doesn't mean that I know the dude. I've never seen the guy in my life. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Leimert Park pretty much all of my life. I went to Audubon. I went to Crenshaw High. Like, I really lived over there. You know what I'm saying? On Leimert. So it's like, just because I never seen him, I can't really say anything about him. He has a great fan base. Yeah. And he putting on for Leimert. So, hey, Dom Kennedy, what's good, man? You listening? Let's do some stuff. People want to hear it. People want to hear it. We got to put on for Leimert.
Definitely. That's dope.
Shout out to my boy B Fresh from Leimert. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Raven Sorvino too. She doing her thing. And my boy Bless Escrow, all from Leimert Park.
So now we're going to get into another one of your tracks, Talented.
Talented, from my album Feels Great to Be Dope. It is available on iTunes. It's available on Bandcamp. Anything. Go get that, man.
Rosecrans Radio. Rosecrans Radio. We're back. So UTK.
Yeah.
How did it feel to go to the same high school as Moesha? I always want to ask that.
I mean, I didn't really think about it. It was kind of funny because the way that they kind of portrayed the school on the show was like way different than what it was. Like, I swear, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie at all. Of all the years that Moesha was on, all the seasons, whatever, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to it. I did not know that they went to Crenshaw. I didn't, because it was like Sweet Valley High. If you ask me, like it wasn't really like. I mean, I'm not saying like Crenshaw was like, oh, thugged out. Yeah, make sure you don't wear blue and red all the time. Like, it wasn't necessarily like that, but it wasn't like peaches and cream. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Moesha would have probably gotten a few fights.
Definitely.
For sure.
Got her hair pulled.
She'd have been most hated. And her daddy was rich. Oh, yeah, it's over. It's over with.
That's funny. So who's one person, dead or alive, you would work with?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
I don't know how we would do a track together, but I don't care. It wouldn't even matter. We would have a moonwalking contest all day. I'll beat him for sure. Over. I got Michael for sure.
One person, dead or alive, that you could smoke with.
Damn, that's a good one. Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Didn't you have him in one of your videos?
Yeah.
How was that?
He's my homie.
He's a homie?
Yeah.
Did he charge you for coming out, or he did it all love?
It was all love.
It was all love?
Yeah, he saves.
All right. Rosecrans Radio. Vic Stunts. UTK.
Hello, my friends. I'm here. No, I'm messing with you guys.
So, after hearing that new Kendrick track, what are you expecting from his new album?
Man,
are you excited?
I'm actually very excited because I like Kendrick Lamar a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I admire his work, you know, and his work ethic, you know, because if you really listen to Kendrick Lamar, like he sounds like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
So that means that he's been sounding like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
He just stayed with it and was persistent and he grind until it was his time, and then boom, there it goes. And like that's kind of it's reflective of the way my career has been going, you know.
Yeah.
Like if anybody that's ever listened to my music, they've always said, yo, it's been different since high school, since I first started. And it was just like, yo, keep going. And that's all that I've literally been doing is keep going. And so it's like, yo, not saying, you know, Kendrick is paving the way for me or nothing like that, because, you know, he's his own entity just like I'm my own entity. And it's like, just to see that and to see his album go platinum, like, man, I'm hoping this next album go double platinum, triple platinum, quadruple platinum. Like, do something that, you know, I really would like for it to do something that hasn't been done yet, or at least hasn't been done in a long time. Like, I know you saw the headlines like no albums went platinum or no albums did this in 2014, period. Like, that's when you really think about what that means. That means a lot. And to know that within the past, you know what I'm saying, so many years, he's one of the artists that actually did go platinum, that's big, man. And I wish the best of success, man. He putting on for himself, for his camp, TDE, putting on for the West, you know, he's just putting on for real artists, you know what I'm saying? Like artists that are really true and really
unique.
Take it to the heart and like, yo, this is me and this is what I do. Like, man, much respect. Like,
yeah. You said you were with them yesterday. Did you?
If you look, well, I don't know if you could look, but this wonderful person right here, you know, she's my woman, and she is a great photographer, and you know, because of a lot of things that she does, I'm in the right place at the right time sometimes, and you know, I get to do a lot of things, you know, that other people don't, and I was blessed to meet Kendrick Lamar, and hey,
was that the first time you had met him, or
that was my first time meeting him.
Wow.
You know, shook his hand, like, hey, what's up? You know, like I said, it's just weird how stuff happens. Like, it's like, hey, what's up? And then he's like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It was cool. You know what I'm saying? But you know, shout out Kendrick Lamar, man. If he listening, you know what I'm saying? Hey, FGTBD. You know what I'm saying? Mess with it. Hey, you know my number, man.
That's dope. So tell us what it's like when like you're in a studio, like you said earlier, you were, you know, in the studio with a certain rapper, and then like someone else random walks in that you didn't expect to be in there. How do you like deal with that?
Well, it doesn't happen very often, because usually when I'm at a session, it's my session. My sessions, I'm usually by myself. I don't really have the atmosphere, you know, like the 100 bottles of ram with all the homies and the females sitting on my lap and whatever. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Like I swear, like in my whole career, there's been like 4 to 5 beats that I've ever made with people around. There's been maybe like 5 to 10 times where I wrote a verse and there was somebody else there too. Like usually what I do is like by myself. I'm like a loner. So I love being by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to like smoke weed with people. I like to, you know, play basketball with people and do different things like that. But when it comes to my music, like don't mess with me. Like I like to get into my own little world. And if it's like a lot of energy floating around when I'm in my world, and like you can't have none of that, you know what I'm saying? Unless I know that we're specifically doing something, or he's just cool like that. But like usually, man, I don't really have that problem. Like, and if it did happen to me, it wouldn't be a problem. It would be like, oh yeah, well, hey, what's up, man? Oh, what's up? All right, you know what I mean? Like it would be that type of thing. But you know.
All right. Any upcoming projects? I know you just dropped. You know, feels great to be dope.
Feels great to be dope. It's always been feels great to be dope. It's never been feels good to be dope at all. So if for anyone out there that may have thought that my album was called Feels Good to Be Dope, it feels great to be dope. Thank you to all the blog sites that did post the album that put Feels Good to Be Dope. But it feels great to be dope. FGTBD, hashtag that, you know what I'm saying? But my upcoming things, I'm actually, you know, working on a few different videos, visuals, because I love, my visuals are my thing. Yes, I have been slacking off on doing visuals, but I've been grinding very, very hard to do, you know, the whole business end of the whole project and really putting it out and making sure that it's at all these outlets. Like, because I literally, like, I listen to, you know, my supporters and my fans and my family and my friends and different things like that. And it was like, I put the album out. It was on my Bandcamp. And people were like, yo, is it on iTunes? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it on Google? Is it on this site? Is it on that site? And I put it on all the sites, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm really doing something, basically, you know, in a nutshell, so that no one can say anything. Like, you know how someone's like, well, like, look, check this out. So, whenever, let's say you recorded a song. You recorded your great song, you think it's cool, whatever, and it's really, really great. And you let somebody hear it. That person is automatically gonna dissect it. So check this out. When I let people listen to a song, they'll be like, oh yeah, this song is dope. Who did the beat? You see what I'm saying? Just totally ignoring the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm like, hey, check this song out, I did the beat. Oh yeah, that song is dope. Hey, who is that rapping? You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, it's me doing everything. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of how I like to have my career. It's like a little thing that I got in my inside that makes me feel good when I can say, ha, I did the beat, I wrote the song, I put this together, I did that, and I feel proud about myself.
Yeah,
you know
it's just 100%.
Exactly.
UTK.
Exactly. It is. All day.
That's dope.
FGTBD.
Exactly. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. We appreciate it.
Most definitely.
Rosecrans Radio, definitely be playing some more of your tracks. Thank you. Let the people know, where they can find you.
Yo, you guys can find me anywhere, dude. Like I make it a point to be everywhere, man. If you search, you can Google search Universe the King. You can Google search UTK FGTBD. You can Google Feels Great to Be Dope. But I'm on all the sites, anysite.com/Universe the King, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Follow me, you know what I'm saying? I do have a website, it's universetheking.com. It is under construction right now. So if you go to my website and it's like stuff that kind of contradicts with what's going on, for example, it does say that my album is coming soon. Or I think it actually says like March, coming out in March or something. I clearly didn't release it until October. So shout out to everybody that waited from March to October for me to drop that thing. Shout out to my team, you know what I'm saying? Most importantly, my managers, Tristan Williams, Tony Hunter, you know what I'm saying? My lovely woman and photographer and graphic designer. Yo, her name is Sharita Rainey, CR Photo and Design. She's very, very, very talented. If you see any of my artwork and my photography, she did all of it. So y'all can go check her stuff out. She has a sick catalog of different crazy stuff. Shout out Rosecrans Radio, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for having me. FGTBD, it is available now. You can get it on iTunes, you can get it on Google, you can get it on anything. It's on Xbox, It's gonna be on. It's on. About to be on Pandora. It's already on Slacker Radio. It's on. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. There's no excuse not to listen.
No excuse not to support, man. It's about support. Support is important. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that I support as much as I can. Anybody sends me a link or whatever, I usually check it out. Like 80% of the time, look, I'm real. 80% of, not 100, no. 80% of the time, I listen to it. I'll even give you feedback. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real person. You know, I'm from Leimert Park, Los Angeles, West Coast, whatever. So shout out to everybody, and yo, FGTBD, it's a movement.
Thank you. UTK, Rosecrans Radio. Thanks for listening.